series of videos. Today we'll be looking at some Japanese yen. We have previously looked at Canadian and Australian dollars. So if you haven't seen those videos and this is your first one you're seeing, go take a look at those. Now I only have 3 bills. There are 4 bills that circulate in Japan: the 1,000 yen bill, the 2,000 yen bill, the 5,000 yen bill, and the 10,000 yen bill. Then there are coins. I believe there's a 100 yen coin, 200, 500, and 1,000 yen coin maybe. I'm not sure. Let me look up yen coins. 10 yen, 1, 10, 5, 50, 100, and 500 yen coins. I don't have any of those, and I do not have a 2,000 yen bill. The currency exchange that I went to only had 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000. So when I come back from my trip to Japan, we might, just throw looking at those into one of the videos I do. But I have these 3 bills here actually. I'm gonna go get my phone because I'm gonna use my Google Translate on the front of these. Hold on. Okay, I got my phone. So the first one we're gonna look at is the 1,000 yen bill. I'm gonna bring this closer and adjust my focus here. 1,000 yen bill. There it is. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. Let me put a light behind and you might see. You can see the man's face there in the middle, but without the light. See what I mean? Pretty cool effect there. Now these are paper bills. They feel more like American currency than Canadian or Australian. And the funny thing is, these bills are leaving circulation in 2024. And there's going to be a new set of bills that go into circulation with different designs. So I actually picked like the perfect time to look at these. So on the front of this bill is Hideo Noguchi. Hideo Noguchi lived from 1876 to 1928. And here's a quote from him. I found this on this website, gaijinbot.com. A quote from him: "I have been living each day on its own, trying to make the best possible use of every moment I am given. I have no time to worry much about what the weather may be like tomorrow, or the day after. Everyone is born with a certain destiny set out before him. It isn't possible to see what this fate may be, but I believe it is decided for us nonetheless." And on the back of the bill, we have Mount Fuji. Right there, it's Mount Fuji. This is Lake Motosu. And then we have some cherry blossoms down in here. And of course the 1,000 emblazoned right there. And these have been in circulation since 2004. Now some more about Hideo Noguchi. Japanese conventions to put the surname first. Selected for his energetic humanity and drive, Hideo Noguchi devoted most of his medical career to the cure of yellow fever, a pursuit that ultimately cost him his life after contracting the disease while on a research trip in Ghana, funded by the Rockefeller Foundation. Noguchi also made important medical advances in helping to cure syphilis, but it was his no-fear spirit that endeared him to the Japanese public, and gave him a reputation as someone who often pushed the envelope too far while searching for a cure in the laboratory. After contracting syphilis late in his life, Noguchi often became careless around other colleagues, causing several to be exposed to dangerous pathogens. Noguchi would be nominated twice for the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine, helping to advance research connected to syphilis. He is remembered as a Japanese hero, but Noguchi was a devoted expat, spending only a few scattered months in Japan as an adult, until his death in Africa in 1928. He may be the Senyen man, but Noguchi had a traveler's heart. His body now lies at the Woodlawn Cemetery in New York City near the Bronx, buried there with honors after being taken care of by the Rockefeller Foundation. So that is that. Now, we have some text here. I'm going to take a look at that with Google Translate. This camera does not have autofocus, by the way, which is why, okay, so I took a picture of this portion of the note using Google Translate. And this is what it gave me. Hold on, let me up the brightness. Japan bank ticket, 1,000 yen, Bank of Japan. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate, but that is what that gives me there. Now, interestingly, it did not translate this little red mark, this stamp or seal or whatever it is. So I'm not sure what that says or what that represents. The one on the back is different as well, so there's the seal on the back. There's the seal on the front, they look different. Also, one thing on the back, it says Nippon Ginko. Now I know Nippon stands for Japan, but I'm not sure what Ginko stands for. Nippon Ginko. Nippon Ginko is the central bank of Japan, okay? Located in Chuo, Tokyo. Nippon Ginko means Bank of Japan in Japanese. Got it. Alright. That is the 1,000 yen note. Hold on, I just got an email from Amazon. Saying something about a package. Hold on. It's out for delivery. Okay, I have a package out for delivery right now. Okay. Interesting. Alright, here's the next we will be looking at. The 5,000 yen note. And this note features Ichio Higuchi, who lived from 1872 to 1896. She died when she was only 24 or 23. And just like the previous note, you can see the face in the circle. Ichio Higuchi. Here's a quote from her. Every time I read famous tales and novels, both ancient and modern, I become distressed over my own writing, and finally I begin to feel like giving up. However, perverse as I am, I can't give it up quite so easily, and presumptuously enough, I've started writing again. I must, by all means, complete it by day after tomorrow. I feel that I will die if I don't finish it. If people wish to laugh at my faint heart, let them laugh. So this says, the first woman to ever appear on a Japanese banknote had a short, turbulent, but artistically packed writing career. Chosen due to her symbolic status as being the last woman of old Japan, and then, later, modern Japan's first women's liberationist, Higuchi's brief lifetime has allowed her work to be interpreted from a variety of perspectives. In the last 4 years of her young life, Ichio Higuchi wrote nearly 20 short stories that delve deeply into the troubles of young women in Meiji-era Japan, specifically Tokyo's pleasure districts. She also kept a diary, and her insights into the agonies of youth were read over the radio daily in Tokyo during the 1970s as ways to help relieve stress. Believed to be one of the most influential female writers in Japanese history, Higuchi died of tuberculosis in 1896. Ichio was her pen name, which means floating leaf in Japanese, but her name at birth was Natsuko. They were considered her masterpiece, a novella titled Takekurabe, meaning child's play, was completed in 1895, shortly before her death at the age of 24. The tale centers around 2 children in the district of Yoshiwara, where prostitution had been legalized. Although the plot sounds as if constructed to gain attention, Higuchi was far more concerned with the quality of her stories. Okay. And then on the back, we have this, which is a painting called Kaketsubatazu, which means painting of irises, a work by Okata Kuren. So it's a famous painting. Again, Nippon Ginko, Bank of Japan across the top. We have one seal here, and a different seal across the front. Finally, we have the Grand Daddy of Notes, the biggest note in circulation. The 10,000 yen note. Amazon keeps sending me emails. So weird. Alright. The 10,000 yen note. This features Yukichi Fuzukawa. It's all about the Fuzukawas, baby. Oh, that's interesting. So you see this 10,000 here. It has this very interesting look on camera. But in real life, it doesn't look like that. That's really interesting. Like, with the naked eye, it just sort of looks like a geometric pattern of black swirls. And there's like a white negative space which forms 5 diamonds. But on camera, right in here, you can see it says 10,000. Do you see that? It says 10,000 in that pattern. I cannot see that with my eye. I can only see that on camera. The other bills do not have that feature. That's really cool. That is so cool. And then you have this right here, which is 10,000 in it. You see that? 10,000 up there. around me. So let's read about this guy. Here's a quote. It is said that heaven does not create one man above or below another man. Any existing distinction between the wise and the stupid, between the rich and the poor, comes down to a matter of education. The face of the Ichiman Yen note, Yukichi Fuzikawa, had quite a few mic drops in his life. Founder of Keio University, best-selling author of multi-volume sets of literature analyzing the ways of the West, philosopher and cultural critic. As a poor child in Nekatsu in Oita Prefecture, Fuzikawa resisted early on the arrogant ways of the feudal system set in place. He decided for the rest of his life to keep a neutral state of mind, following a Chinese proverb that proclaimed to never show joy or anger in the face. This balanced state of mind allowed Fuzikawa a chance to objectively critique his own country's transition to modernism, while also analyzing the West's influence on Japan. Foremost on his mind was to move Japan away from its 3 centuries of isolationism. To me, indeed, the feudal system is my father's mortal enemy, which I am honor-bound to destroy, he said. By mastering Dutch and then English and traveling on one of the first ships designated for America, Fuzikawa helped open Japan to the rest of the world. I forgot to say, he lived from 1835 to 1901. On Wikipedia, he is described as a samurai as well, which I didn't mention that on this site, but he may have also been a samurai. And on the back, we have a statue of Ho-Oh, which if you're a fan of Pokemon might sound familiar. Ho-Oh. But Ho-Oh is a phoenix from the Byodo-in Temple, which is in the city of Uji in Kyoto. So there's actually a statue of a phoenix from a Buddhist temple, and then the Pokemon obviously just borrowed that name. Sort of like in Naruto, they borrowed the names Amaterasu, Tsukuyomi, and Susanoo, which are the Japanese deities of the sun, the moon, and I believe the earth. But a lot of Shinto and Buddhist deities and ideas get used in anime and manga quite a bit. And people in other countries not exposed to Shinto and Buddhism just don't really pick up on it. So there we have it. The 3 bills. Let's bring this focus back to me. There we go. I'm back. So, which of these 3 was your favorite? Was it the 1,000 yen note, very blue from a distance? Was it the 5,000 yen note, which appears very purple? Or was it the 10,000 yen note? This one has kind of a neutral coloring. Let me know which one you think is the nicest looking. I'm actually going to be putting this video up on June 4th. So, the day you guys are watching this will be the day that I'm actually in the air flying to Japan. So, depending on the time you guys watch this video, I'll either be somewhere over the Pacific Ocean